What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heat and Soul Podcast. Today I'm here with Johnny Marlin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm super excited for this opportunity. We're at a beautiful facility here on the south side of Indy. We're going to get into that here in just a second. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Heat and Soul Podcast. And where can they find you guys at on social media?
It's a great question. We should be on Facebook and Instagram, should also be on TikTok and then our website, but it should be the ARK Sports Facility or just the ARK. We also have a basketball section, so Marlin Academy boys basketball, Marlin Academy girls basketball. Yep. We have a baseball page, and then we also have a speed and strength page, or a strength and conditioning page.
All right, man, we're going to get into all that in the podcast, but before that, we are going to pray. Lord God, Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you blessed us with. Thank you that I have an opportunity to sit here and talk with Johnny. Thank you for the opportunities that you blessed us with. Thank you for just conversations that we can have about hoops, we can have about life, we can have about Jesus. We pray over anybody that steps over this into this building. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So I really want to get into it. I think this is one of the nicest facilities I've ever been in, just personally. And I'm just not saying that just to say it. I love what we were talking about earlier, the natural lighting.
Yeah.
You know, we're here in the main court right now. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, where are you guys located at? Can you let the people know where you guys are located?
I would say that we are located in the heart of Center Grove. So we are about a mile away from Center Grove High School. We're in between 69 and 65, right here on State Road 135. So truly, this is, for us, like an unbelievable location. And I'm biased, but I think it gives great access to people that can travel up the 65 and also 69.
Yeah, and it really doesn't get that busy down here either. Well, compared to up north and all the other facilities.
For sure.
So this is the only place that is like this on the south side.
Yeah.
And I think that really separates you guys 100%. So can you tell us a little bit about the ARK and what you guys offer here? Because for somebody watching and, you know, their kids, a younger athlete in sports, what do you guys offer here?
Yeah, so for us, this is 95,000 square feet. So we have 7 basketball courts, 12 volleyball courts. For us, as far as what we do, like, we want to be an awesome sports facility. So we do basketball lessons both individually and group. Same thing for volleyball, individuals, group, and then we also offer teams on both of those sides. We have a 6,500 square foot weight room.
Which is massive, first off.
Yeah.
It's massive. Yeah. And it's state-of-the-art, too. Like, it's really, there's really nothing better. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. They did a really good job with the whole design of that.
Yeah.
And so it's super functional. Like, if you go up there, you're going to feel like you're in a college weight room.
Yeah.
It's going to feel differently than LA Fitness, but it is designed for athletes. And so, and then we also have four batting cages. And so those are the 3 major sports: baseball, volleyball, basketball, and then we have like our sports performance side of things. And so for us, it's a lot of training Monday through Friday, and then it gets the weekend time and, you know, whether it's basketball events or volleyball events, but just trying to play as many games in here as possible.
Yeah, and, you know, it's awesome because there's nothing else like this on the side of town. And I think I've worked out in here a couple times, and I've enjoyed it every time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's nothing like playing at a new gym. You know what I mean? Like, new courts. I mean, these are fresh courts. You got fresh nets. I mean, there's really just nothing better than that. You know what I mean? You got the rims. We still got to break the rims in a little bit. Every basketball player knows you got to break the rims in. So.
Yeah. No, it's there's a lot of things that are new. The rims are it is funny, like as we've had, whether it's high school guys or pro guys in here, there's certain courts that are now broken in, and certain courts that, like, man, if you hit the rim, it's probably not going in at the moment. So
and I kind of want to, where did the idea of the ARK come from? You know, because I think that's really interesting, and I think that's something that people would like to know, you know, because it kind of explains your journey starting out.
Yeah, this has been a journey. So this is 15 years where we've done basketball training. So this is what we started out doing. And it started out in a backyard. And so when I was a senior in high school, we had a parent approach me and asked if I would be willing to give his son a lesson.
Okay.
And so after that hour, I was like, man, I had a lot of fun. The kid had fun. I felt like the kid got better. And truly, the dad gave me $20, and I had no idea that he was going to pay me.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the light bulb moment. And from there, I would be back every summer from playing college basketball, and by the time I was done, playing,
Yeah.
we had about 160 kids coming weekly, all to an outside court.
Wow.
And so I told my fiance, now wife at the time, I'm like, I don't know what 9 months, look like, throughout the school year, but I would love to give it a try.
Yeah.
And so, needless to say, like, the Lord has been so good in allowing us gym space. And so it was probably 7 years ago when the idea was like, man, as we are growing on the training side, as we started AAU teams, if we could build a 2-court facility, like, I think that could be enough. Fast forward 7 years from there, and now we're at 7 courts, and so
7 years, 7 courts. I guess every year you expanded a court, I guess.
Yeah, but it's been a really, really cool journey. Like, I can't imagine doing anything else. And I know people say that, like, the 3 things that I'm most passionate about are Jesus, youth, and then basketball.
Okay.
And so the fact that those 3 can be rolled into one, truly living out my dream job.
We just had Brandon Ramsey on, and he kind of said the same. Like, you don't seem like you work at all. Like, it's probably not a job. I mean, maybe now a little bit more because I don't want to say it like that, but you enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
Like, you have a love for the game, and you were a college basketball player yourself. He doesn't talk about himself very often, but I did some research before the podcast. Like, holy cow, I didn't know like that. I knew it was really good in college, but I didn't know that you were national player. Is that accurate? National Player of the Year?
Yeah.
NAIA?
It was a really good 2 years at Indiana Wesleyan. We had a lot of, honestly, when you have team success, that's where a lot of individual accolades come. And so we were a really good team. And I mean, I was a player on that team, and things came my way, but as a point guard, and definitely one that is a pass first, like, if you don't have guys making shots around then so
it's a rough day for everybody.
Yeah, lot of credit goes out to just my teammates on that one.
So you have Marlin Academy, which is your own your youth basketball. So how excited are you to run that out of here? Like, I guess we got through the summer, and this really wasn't open. I guess at the very beginning of the summer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This opened early July?
Very good. Early July.
Early July. And basketball was kind of over by then. So how excited are you to have that opportunity to have a full season to be able to run that out of here?
For sure.
Especially with Marlin being you guys are on the P32 circuit for New Balance and stuff like that. So how excited are you about that?
Well, the first thing is just a massive scheduling relief. We were finding, so this past season, and I don't know if we're going to be the same, if we're going to grow or have less teams, but we had 54 teams this past season. And so for us to service 54 practices a week, we were at usually 14 different locations every single week. And so from a scheduling perspective, that was hard.
Yeah.
So the fact that now we can be
the
in
logistics
one central,
of it was
the fact that we can be in one central hub is huge. But also just the capabilities that we have in this facility are far different than what we had. So we have huddle cameras on every court. We have a conference room. We have a film room. And so those things, right, now that we can do, whether it's us clipping out game film or even practice film. Yeah. And so for us, like, we constantly want to be getting better, and that's one of the biggest things.
Because you're studying the game instead of just playing it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of AAU programs that simply play, they don't practice. And so for us, like, we want to be unique in the fact that, yes, we do practice, but our practices even look different. Like, we have film capabilities that probably other places don't. And so really excited for that, but also just excited to host. Like, the fact that we get to play in our own gym for a couple tournaments, that's a really cool thing, especially for parents that are local, that you don't have to, even traveling up to, north side of 45 minutes away, now that you can be here is awesome.
And I think one of the neat things you guys did about here is, like, you kind of, like, diversified yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you have volleyball courts here, and I think that really separates you, especially being down here and just the whole state of Indiana. You have a weight room. I don't know how many facilities have a weight. Like, I couldn't name you one facility I know of that has a weight room. And then your batting cages as well.
Yep.
But I think you guys did a really good job of, diversifying yourself. And
one of the things that we saw as we were bouncing around is how many kids went to us for their sport-specific training, whether that was basketball or volleyball. And then they would go elsewhere for their sports, performance, so strength classes. And so we wanted, from not just a convenience, right, but it's a huge thing for parents. But if you could be elite at both of those things, then we felt like those things would feed into, feed well with each other. And so ideally, like, you're coming here from 6 to 7 doing basketball, 7 to 8, you're now getting faster, stronger, quicker, all of those things that are needed for your sport.
Yeah, and it just doesn't even have to be. It can be volleyball. It can be, you know what I mean? Like you guys offer a bunch of different classes for weights and stuff like that. And I think Marty does a great job. I had him 3 years throughout high school, and I think, Marty does a great job, especially with like injury prevention and, just becoming a bigger, faster, and stronger athlete. I think you guys have somebody that does a very good job at that. You know what I mean? And he'll tell you that too. He'll tell you he does a great job at it too.
Yeah. Well, there's certain people that just offer a really good product, and you want people that are obsessive.
Yeah.
And like Marty is he is all about it. And so when this idea was coming into play, I thought back to, I played at 3 different colleges, which is pretty unique. Back before the transfer portal was open,
that was like not a thing.
It wasn't a thing. But when I think back to the 3 strength coaches that I had in college and the strength coach that I had in high school, like, I say this, like, Marty was the best. Like, he was the absolute best. I came prepared at all those places, both from a technique standpoint, but like being physically strong.
Yeah.
And fortunately, like, I never got hurt in college. And so for us, it was kind of a no-brainer. Like, that is the guy that we want to lead our strength area.
Yeah, and I think we'll do something, and we'll go up there and kind of walk around and show you guys what it looks like. I don't know if we probably won't put it in this video. It'll be a separate video, but we're gonna do something to where we walk around the ARK and show you guys what it has to offer.
Yeah.
And I just want to, going back to what you guys offer, I think that you guys offer basketball training,
Mm-hmm.
you guys offer volleyball.
Yep.
Baseball, and strength and conditioning. Is there anything else you guys offer that we're missing? And you can also host events out of here, which I think there's a possibility of that, correct?
Correct. Yeah, so there's going to be a couple new, like, unique things, whether it's an all-sports camp or a combine that we'll host, both for youth, but also for high school and college people to come in and test, whether it's your 40, whether it's your vert, broad jump, wide range of things as far as what an athlete is typically tested on.
Yeah.
But this is an area like this. We want to, one of our sayings is, if this is the best sports facility in the entire country, and there's no kingdom impact, then we simply just missed the mark.
Yeah. Not failed, but sorry. But
like there has to be an eternal impact that is made here. Like there has to be ripple effects that reverberate throughout heaven. And so, like, for us, yes, we want to do all those things, but there has to be some sort of Jesus centric. And so for us, like, we also want to host worship nights. Like, we also will host and I know I'm talking a little bit, but like,
no, you're good. You're
date
good.
nights where we have families drop off their kids. We watch their kids on a Friday night. Hey, for the next 4 hours, go spend time with your husband or wife.
Yeah.
Like, we want this place to be a place where families are stronger because of it.
Yeah, and that's shown also on the walls out there, and
Yeah.
because you guys have Bible verses. I don't know exactly what is out there. I couldn't tell you, but I know you have 2 of them, correct?
Very good.
2. I've walked by and I've seen them. I haven't really looked at what they are, but I know you guys do. Is one of them Proverbs?
So it's Colossians 3:23.
Okay, yeah. I did.
And it just talks about work and how you approach work. And so it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if working for the Lord, not for human masters. And so that's one of our 2 pillar verses of just like, let's go at work knowing that it's a way to glorify God.
Yes, 100%. And what, in your opinion, because I've talked about it, what do you think separates this place from? I think the faith-based being centered in that, yes. But what else do you think separates you guys from all your competitors?
For sure, that's a good question. For us, like, at the end of the day, if there's going to be impact, it's going to come down to just the relationships that's made. And so one of the things that we do and work really hard at is, like, when a kid comes in, we want him to feel like he is known, he is seen. And so, like, you got to start with a kid's name, like, and hopefully like a nickname too.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond just that. Like, we want to be able to, if we're truly about a community change and making a difference, like, we want to be invested and know the parents as well.
Yeah.
And so for us, like, we take that very seriously.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the main differences for us. Like, yes, I think we offer an unbelievable product.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things that we do separate ourselves is like we're very intentional with the relationships that are built.
Personal, I guess, would be another word.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of see that with like the guys that you have that work here. You know what I mean? Like, everybody kind of knows Mason, right? Like he's got this big smile all the time, right? Like everybody knows who he is. Like he's just like he's always happy. Like he's never like down. You know what I mean? Like he's just like genuinely like a happy person.
Yeah.
And, I think that people like being around that. People don't like because like sometimes the basketball community or sports community in general can be very negative. You know what I mean? And like guys that just I'm here to show up. I'm showing up at work today. I got to work. 7 hours of basketball or whatever. Or or on the other hand, you have guys that work for you and they're just like genuinely happy. Everybody's gonna have a bad day. It happens, but you have guys that are like genuinely excited about what they are doing and the impact that they're having on other people. And I think that you have done a very good job with getting people in here that work and are just happy about what they do. Ben, Max, even I don't know everybody that works here, but everybody just always seems to have a smile on their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I think that's great for kids. Sorry, I'm talking a little bit, but I think that's great for kids to be around that, to have that positive impact, because not everybody's home life is the same, and not everybody always has a positive impact.
One, super appreciative that you said that, because that's a huge thing that we talk about. And honestly, like I think culture wins.
Yeah.
And so when you have, and this is in sports, but this is in business, this is wherever, like culture wins. And so for us, like we want to have a culture, honestly, like we have 5 core values from a staff perspective. And the first one is fun. Like if we're not enjoying our job and having fun at it, like we're probably doing something wrong. There's all these stats out there about how many people actually enjoy their job, and it's staggering that most Americans do not find joy or even like their job. And so Mason's an unbelievable example. Like the dude comes in, you're right, like he's smiling, he's making jokes, and like he has fun. If he doesn't have fun every day, it is almost every single day.
Yeah.
And so that's huge.
Yeah, and I think just kids love being around that. You know what I mean? I think that's why you guys are like, that's why people like working. It's not just the basketball. People like, it's just not that.
Yep.
It's the environment that they're in. I think you guys have created a great environment here that, people enjoy being around,
Well, thank you for that. Yeah. Last thing I'll say on that would be, for us, there's 3 things that we, and it's a more of a hiring process than 3.
Yeah.
But if you answer, hey, do you love Jesus? Do you love kids? And do you like sports? Right? So if it's a love, and a like, you're probably going to succeed here.
Yeah.
And so that's big for us.
Yeah. And I know, like, you being a ultra, because I know, like, you don't come off as it, but you were an ultra competitor probably, I would assume. So, and I think you guys are going to be very good, with your, I know you're an ultra. I've heard stories of him. He threw up on the sideline and got right back in the game. Is that true? Is that true?
It was actually national champion, which it happened a couple of times, but one of them was the national championship where we're, making the transition from offense to defense. I saw a trash can just right off to the side. Let's keep playing. But at that point, like I'm not coming out of the game. Like,
no way. But you're an ultra competitor, and I think that will have something to do with why you guys can succeed, because you just keep going at it until like the game's over. You know what I mean? So like I think that'll. Having somebody like you who's a strong leader to lead a brand like this is, I think you guys will be very successful in what you do.
Well, I appreciate that, yeah.
And I think that, I'm excited because there's not much on the south side at all like that. Dad, what do you think? What do you think about this place?
I think it's really, really nice. I think always the toughest part is being a Christian and being competitive.
At the same time.
Because people look at Christians and they're like, that dude, he's yelling at the ref for that. And I think that's the hardest part, because people misunderstand. Just because you're a Christian
Doesn't mean
you're perfect.
Yep.
And so I think that's the toughest part of having a faith-based program, because you can have all the intentions in the world, but you have a bumper sticker on your truck, right, that says whatever church you go to. But people need to understand, listen, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I'm perfect.
Yeah.
and I think
That gives you a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's a nice tension, right? As far as like pursuing on the court excellence, but also off the court excellence. And most of the time, those things are done separately.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I believe that like Scripture actually teaches us that they can go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And so for me, as I briefly mentioned Indiana Wesleyan, like those guys do that exceptionally well. Like, how does the faith side fuel the athletic side? And when it's paired, right? When it's not, hey, we're going to be like this on the court and this off the court.
It's kind of hard, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And like one thing that you see in Scripture, like there's some dudes, and I don't want to say that like there's some dudes in Scripture. Like David was an absolute. Like, look at the battles that he went after.
Yeah.
Like, look at Samson. Like, look at those guys. Like, those are tough guys.
Yeah.
And so, I hope that we win by however many, but we also are the absolute kindness doing it. And next game happens, win by yeah.
Yeah, we competed against you guys. Yeah, it's just.
But still, at the end of the day, we're still friends, right?
Yeah.
And we're still Christians together. But I mean, you leave it outside after that. You leave it on the court. I think that's the best part about it.
Yeah, and I think that's a tough thing to do. Is something that some of us struggle with. Like, you want to be an example of Christ on and off the court. And I think sometimes being on the court, sometimes it can be tough, and sometimes people, you know that first, it's tough. It's because like sometimes guys will run their mouth and you want to say something. It's like, man, like I shouldn't. You know what I mean? It's just it can be tough sometimes, and sometimes you forget, like, man, this is, and then you gotta check yourself and be like, all right, like I screwed up this time. Try not to let it happen again. You know,
sin nature is real.
Yeah.
Sin's
I mean, look at all the strongest men in the Bible. A lot of them struggle. They all have their own struggles. Like it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But that's why Jesus died on the cross. And we can be forgiven of our sins. You know, so.
No, there's definitely a unique wrestle with that, and it's one of those things that if you're going to go after and say, this is going to be a faith-based facility.
Yeah.
Well, now there's probably going to be some eyes on you, hoping, hey, there's a slip up here. You
got a target on your back now, because some people, aren't. They want to see you fail at the end of the day, and I think that now, like, not saying you guys do, but like people are going to be probably more nitpicky. Oh, well, they did this wrong. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They let this happen, right? So you have a lot of eyes on you, which isn't a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
But hey, if somebody's not what do they say? If somebody's not talking about you, you're not doing anything right. So if somebody's not talking about you, you're not doing anything right. Is there anything else you would like to cover about the ARK specifically that you would like people to know about your facility?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, the thing that we hope that this is an unbelievable space for sports and for this community to be excited about and be something to be proud of. But like it truly comes back to, if there is not a beyond the court purpose, and like it's a hard wrestle. Like, yeah, there's lights that have to be paid. Yeah. But like if that's our what we're shooting after, then we're just going after the wrong thing. And so truly, like, I want this place to be a place where the kingdom is impacted. And hopefully this is a place where heaven is made crowded. Yeah, and I think you've got the right people in here to do that, because as I talked about, you guys have very positive people in here. And I think that's good, because if you had a bunch of negative people in here, a bunch of knuckleheads that, I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, that just brings out, but you guys have energy in here. For the most part, it always seems like that. You know what I mean? So, but I'm excited, man. I think this is great for, the Greenwood community, the South Side community, honestly. Yeah. And I think it's great for the state of Indiana. It gives us another place to, become a better athlete, with whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball, whether it's baseball, whether it's in the weight room. I think that it's done, and you can host events out of here, and I'm sure that he has more on that than I would, but that's more him. But I'm just throwing everything out here. I mean, there's a lot you can do here. I think it's great for the community here, and I think it'll, this community is only getting bigger. So it's something that might end up being a staple. And I think that that's kind of what they want it to be. With the community growing on the South Side, and it'd be a place people can gather. So, but. Yeah, you look at just the impact, the economic impact that a Grand Park has had on Westfield.
Oh my gosh.
And by no means are we on that scale, right? From a
Land based.
yeah, land size or whatever. But we hope this is something to where like Southsiders are proud of, and there's a lot of businesses that are driven here, in a place where like if a family's deciding, hey, maybe we should live in Greenwood or this town over here, like no, this is one of the deciding factors for them now.
Yeah, because I mean this will drive up. I mean you'll probably have. I mean there's businesses being built around here right now and stuff
Already,
like
yep.
that. So I mean I think it's already.
Next stop should hopefully be some hotels, I think.
Yeah, that way we can get some AAU tournaments in here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
New Balance, we're talking. No, I'm just kidding. New Balance, we're talking to you. I mean that'd be really cool if you could host something here in Indiana.
Absolutely.
And I think that because I don't think New Balance because they did the one in Wisconsin, you know, and I'm not saying anything, but you could host your regional tournaments here in Indy. I think the Midwest honestly has the best facility. I think Indiana has
For
some of
sure.
the best facilities in the country.
For sure.
And I think you could do that right. I mean, you have this, you got 7 courts here, you got school. You know what I mean? You've got everything you need here.
Yeah. The one thing that I'm super appreciative is that Indiana is still obsessive about basketball.
Yeah.
And so that is shown on so many levels, but just the gyms. And like it is crazy our state compared to others as far as just what our high school gyms look like.
I know. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're playing in an awesome one up in Anderson,
Yeah,
but
I
like
know.
even here, Center Grove, I mean, like honestly, there's so many unique gyms, and so that I'm just thankful that the state of Indiana still loves
We've
basketball.
got Newcastle. We've
Yep.
got Kokomo, which I don't think Kokomo is really talked about very much. I mean, usually the two you hear is Newcastle and Southport.
Yeah.
Those are two technically you hear. You have the Hatchet House.
Yeah. Seymour's great. Martinsville's great.
Martinsville. Martinsville is. You know what? You know who's got a big gym too? Perry.
Perry does have a big gym.
He's got an oddly
Yeah.
big. I don't know why.
Max is gonna love hearing that.
Yeah, Perry's got a big gym. I played in there one time. I played at Southport once. Center Grove's even got a nice gym, man.
Yeah. I think the stat is
Brownsburg's
11
getting a new gym.
Oh, I didn't know that. But 11 of the 13 biggest gyms in the country are found in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's crazy.
It's astronomical the amount of attention high school basketball gets here.
The historic gyms we have.
Yeah.
You know, you got even college. You got Hinkle.
Hinkle's the best.
You got Hinkle. You've got golly, where IU. You got Purdue. You have IU. I mean, I've never been.
Assembly Hall.
I've never been to Notre Dame before. I've never been up there before.
Yeah.
But I don't know how nice their gym is. But I mean, even college-wise, you've got. I mean, what would you say? Crossroads. I mean, you've got one of the best conferences in the country for NAI, maybe the best conference.
I'm gonna go out on a very short limb and say it is the best conference for all of NAIA.
Yeah.
And honestly, like their facilities even speak for themselves. So like Grace, unbelievable. Marion, unbelievable.
Wesleyan's got their new
Wesleyan is building a brand new one.
thing. His
like,
alma mater. Yeah.
And I'm biased, but it's gonna be the best, I think.
I mean, like if you look at what they're doing, man, it looks like high major, like their weight room and stuff like that. Like it looks. I mean, from what I've seen at least, I mean, it looks very nice. So
It'll be out of this world.
yeah, and that's NAIA basketball. It's crazy the money that there is.
Yeah.
Because people just think, man, like high major Division I has money. No,
Yeah.
that's not necessarily true. I mean, I know people that make $250,000 at the Horizon level.
Yeah. It is. I went from a small Division I school, IPFW, my freshman year, played 2 seasons for the Hoosiers, and then transferred again to Indiana Wesleyan.
Yep.
And it's remarkable the skill, and I don't even want to say gap because there was truly no gap. Honestly, I think Indiana Wesleyan probably had more skill.
Yeah.
But the sizes now, your big men are 6'7" and not 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Your wings are 6'3" and not 6'6". So there's high quality basketball all over the place.
And there's ways that you can now make money at all levels. Pretty much. I mean, for the most part, you can make money at all levels.
Yeah, in NIL they got to figure it out. But it is.
This is a question that I ask a lot of people, or everybody that comes on the podcast. Do you think NIL is bad for basketball?
That's a tough one. It's crazy to think that you wouldn't be able to profit off of your name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
I do think what it has done especially early on, like first 2-3 years, and now the first question is, well, how much are you going to pay me?
Yeah.
Right. That's a tough question.
It's not even fit anymore.
Yeah. I think eventually it's going to get figured out. Things will somewhat mellow down.
Yeah.
At least I hope it does.
Yeah.
I think the whole COVID, you had an extra year. Some people had 6 years.
That screwed everything up.
That was tough.
COVID screwed a lot of stuff
up. And it's
up.
really hard for high school kids just to be recruited.
Yeah.
Like that's the people that suffered the most.
Yeah.
So I think in long term, I think it'll be really good. I think NIL will be really good.
I mean, shoot, I think Louisville has spent, I think I saw something, $25 million on their team this year.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy.
You're like the Yankees or the Dodgers where you're just buying
your
victories.
roster at this point. And there's no salary cap either, I don't think.
But you know what? The teams that we said it earlier, like culture wins, and it's still going to win at that level.
UConn.
Like, culture is going to win out consistently over the highest payroll.
Yeah.
And until coaches truly figure out, like, hey, honestly, Sig, I think what he's done at IU is unbelievable, to where his dollar budget, or his budget isn't the highest, but he's gone out and got culture kids that have bought into something. And so now, just like in all sports, they're going to learn from each other. And I think IU is going to be a great case study on the football side.
Yeah, I mean, well, college football starts here in what? Like a couple weeks from now, right?
A couple weeks.
It's going to be
week
a couple.
0, they say.
Yeah, I know, right? Because it's whatever. But it's exciting. I watching IU do what they did last year was amazing. Yeah. And Mendoza played well. I don't know if you saw it, but he played well.
He did really well.
He played well.
I'm only laughing because I was at the days when I was at IU.
They were terrible.
Where you couldn't get people in the seats. Like, I would go to games because I had buddies, but like they couldn't get people through the doors to watch them play. And by halftime,
everybody was going.
Everyone was leaving. And so
now I don't know if you saw it. They limited how many games students could come to now and stuff.
as they needed to, just like basketball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for us being in the state, like, we saw what it did impact-wise for the state, and now, heck, you're getting the guy from Lawrence. Is it Lawrence North or Lawrence Central?
Number 1 receiver in the country.
Like, to think that he would ever go to IU 10 years ago,
never.
Unfathomable. And now, like, it's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. The culture change he has had there. And they don't have the biggest budget either.
Right.
NIL-wise.
Yeah.
Which, in a day and age, but I think those guys really believe, they do. They really believe in what he can do, and he has shown it at the highest level.
Yeah. Well, this is not how I anticipated this conversation going, but the thing that I love about Signetti is that he's way more invested into what's been proven and not just talent, or like what's out there as far as potential.
Yeah.
There's so many people, like, potential is only potential until it's reached.
Shown, yeah.
And so, he's gone out and got guys that have produced at smaller levels. And honestly, I think you're going to see that trend kind of go back to basketball, to where let's get guys that are just proven producers.
Not just potential. Like, man, he's 7 feet. He could be good. Like, he looks good. That's what we call. He looks good in layup lines.
Yeah.
Like, he looks pretty in layup lines. After that, you get him on the court, man, it's not great. You know what I mean? But I'd rather have some guy that has shown that he can produce at a high level.
Yep.
Or even like at a mid-major or a low major, and take him over a guy that, man, like, he's tough. Like, he hasn't done anything, but
Yep.
he looks good.
One of the things that, and Steph Curry was an unbelievable ambassador of this, right? Like, just the ability to make shots. And how shooting and spacing the floor is such a premium. And so, those, like, at the end of the day, you can say what you want about, jumping up and touching the top of the backboard, but if you can't make a shot and space the floor,
it doesn't help.
It's hard to play. It's just hard to play. And so, I think that's been a slow trend in honestly college basketball, to where you're getting guys that are better skilled, just more capable of shooting.
Yeah, and that's something that has completely changed over the past 20 years. I mean, like, you look now, like, guys don't play, like, there's anomalies like Mitchell Robinson, of course, but like, and Andre Drummond. But other than that, you're not playing if you can't space the floor.
Yep.
Now, in college, it's a little bit different, but for the most part, in the NBA, the game's completely changed. If you can't shoot the ball, you're not playing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, tying it back to what we do here, like, we believe that shooting is the most important skill.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to have a long career, and that could be a long career up until middle school, right?
Yeah.
If you play 2nd grade to 8th grade, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to be able to shoot the basketball. And so for us, that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. And, we have guys on staff like Max.
Yeah.
I mean, Max was, 48% in college, making 4.5 threes a game.
Yeah.
Like, the dude's unbelievable. And
Yeah.
so his track record proves it. And so, like, shooting is the most important skill in the game. And that's
Because
one
if
of the things.
you can shoot, you will always have a role for the most part. You gotta be able to guard too. You have to be able to play defense, but you gotta be able to shoot the ball too. Yeah. I mean, as long as if you can shoot the 3-ball and space the floor and guard, I think you'll, for the most part, always have a role somewhere.
Yeah.
Now,
sure.
if you're 5 foot in college, no, but
That's tough.
Yeah, that's not happening. But for the most part, if you can shoot the ball and you can guard,
Yeah.
you can play.
Yep.
So, but man, I really appreciate it. I think we had a great conversation. This is a beautiful facility. It really is. And it's one of a kind here on the South Side. You're not going to find anything Southside Indy like this. So if anybody that is watching this, you have a kid, you have a grandson, you have a nephew, you have a niece, you have a granddaughter,
Yep.
you have a daughter, I think this is the place to come and for youth development. Just not skills for your sport, but faith-based as well.
Yep.
And I think that is a big separator. But I really appreciate it, man. I appreciate you for taking the time out. And we are going to do a tour of the building. We're going to post it to show you guys what they have to offer here.
Awesome. Well
So,
done.
you got anything?
No, I'm thankful for your interest in this place, and what we do, and really, really excited about this podcast, and hopefully this is an awesome thing for the both of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys watched the whole video up until here. I don't think I've ever said that in a video, but I'm glad you guys watched it. If you did, let us know in the comments. You know what? You're going to comment. If you guys watched the whole video, I want you to shout out LSU football in the comments. Because Dad's got an LSU football hat on, right? Well, it says Baton Rouge, but we all know it's LSU football. Oh, he's got a Death Valley shirt on too. So if you guys watch the whole video, make sure to comment LSU football at the end of the video. Go Tigers, and we'll see you guys in the next one.